This is a little video in case you guys are new to using Canva. If you're not familiar with the different features in it, we're going to give you guys a little intro to that. Right, so this is Canva. When you just open it up, please make sure you're logged in with your school account. So go to this little circle down here in the bottom left, click on it, and make sure it is your school account. So it should say your name at education.nsw.gov. Please don't use your personal account because you will not have all the features that your school account will have, right? So log in with your school account and let's get started with how to actually use Canva. Right, so when you first open it up, you've got this little sidebar with a bunch of different features. You've got your presentation. You can add slides just like Google Slides. You can add as many slides as you want. Down at the bottom, basic features, this is where your slide is. Basic things like if I click on this, I can change the color of my background to whatever color I want. Oh, that's an ugly color. I can also change the timing, but I'll talk more about timing and how to make a video during our video section. For now, that's the main things you need to know. You need to give it a title. Please make sure it has a title. It's not called Untitled Design. So give it a title, for example, Assessment 1. And once you're done with it, you can also share it with your teacher right there. So you can add your teacher's name. For example, I'll add my teacher, sarah.mandy1 at dt.nsw.edu.au. Add my teacher there, and then I can share it with them. I'll press share and I'll send them an email. Okay, so features on the left hand side. First thing you've got is design. Your design feature is what you want your Canva to look like. For example, that was my own email to myself. For example, if I wanted my theme to be sciencey, then I can search up science. And there's a bunch of themes there. If I wanted it to focus on, basically you guys are picking a mixture that you're focusing on. If mine was about, let's say, oil separation, maybe I can see if there's something like that. There won't always be, but maybe there is. There we go. Chromatography, crude oil, hydrocarbons. Now, this doesn't mean, say I picked this one, say I like the theme of this one. This doesn't mean everything written in here is going to be useful. In fact, this is a lesson about oil. None of this is useful to you. It's not what you're going to be talking about in your video. But maybe you like the theme. Maybe you like how it looks. So this design section is just about, do I like the way it looks? You can pick that one. For your elements section, this is where the fun happens. All right, let me add a little slide here and let me make it a bearable color. There we go. All right, so in elements, this is where you can add, and you can see them right here, so cute. You can add shapes, you can add graphics, you can add photos, videos, 3D, all this kind of stickers, whatever you want, sheets, tables. All of these, especially the photos and videos, are provided by Canva. Why it's really important to log into your school account is your personal account won't have a lot of these. It'll be limited. For example, there you go, my recent photos are apparently kangaroos. For example, if I wanted the photo of oil separation, and then I look here and I can see a lot of photos that might be useful to me. This is a very beautiful photo of some oil. Anyways, I might see some photos that might be useful to me. Maybe I want to put this photo in my video and talk about it. Just a reference point. Maybe I want to add in this, something to do with my industrial examples. So these are all provided by Canva. But since you guys are making a video, you've also got videos available to you. For example, I'm going to do the same thing, oil separation. There we go. We've actually got some videos. So Canva has plenty of videos that might help you as well in your decision. Let's just say we're doing water management. Also ignore the fact that I get a random British accent when I say water. All right, water management. There we go. Something like this might be interesting in my video. Maybe something like this might help me out. I'm going to talk more about in another video how to actually include this in your video and how to include it purposefully. You're not just adding random videos to make your video, how to include it and make sure it has a meaning. All right, so all of these fun stuff. You've also got graphics. Graphics is my favorite. It's really cute. If I search up something like, again, water, there's little tiny drawings, animations. Some of them are even moving. So let me try water moving. Sometimes I have to find some weird words just to find it. For example, I know running has one. So some of them are animated. If I go to running, nah, today's not my day. But some of them are actually in motion. Oh, there we go. Finally. Some of them are in motion. That stuff is really cool. It adds a lot to you. And once I've clicked that one, apparently there's a lot of them. Magic recommendations. There's a lot like that. So that adds a bit of character, adds a bit of engagement to your video. Remember, we want you guys to be creative. We want you to make it fun. So that elements part is going to be your favorite part. Because whatever you're trying to explain through your words, find something here that supports that. Find something here that backs up what you're trying to say. You can also make shapes. Say you want to make a Venn diagram. Maybe you're comparing your technology to a different separation method, whatever it is you're doing. So you might want to make a Venn diagram. You can change the color up here. Compare two different things. Say you want to create a flowchart. You can also do that. And you can actually write within those. So, hello. Might want to make that black so you can see it. Nope, wrong one. The text black. Maybe you want to make a flowchart. Like first we do this. Then the second separation method is we do this, right? So you can add that as well. Another thing is animations. For example, I'm trying to make a flowchart here. The first step is hello. The second step is how are you? And the third step is bye-bye. All right. Say I'm making a flowchart. See how I highlighted them all? I can highlight them all and move them all at one time. That's just little tricks for you to be able to use easier. So I'm making a flowchart. I want to do these, but I think it would be boring if they all just showed up on screen. So I want them to show up one by one. Well, we can do that. You can press here and you can animate it, just like you do on Google Slides. Make sure it pops up one at a time. You press animate. You have to click on them one by one. And you can choose the different types of animations you want to put in to make your video a bit more interactive. I'll talk about more how to include that in a video in the other video. You've also got text. So we went through design, we went through elements. You've got text as well. This one's pretty self-explanatory. You can add your own text box. You can adjust the size up here. You can adjust the font up here. This is my favorite font, Lazy Dog. Obviously underlining. Sometimes this is available, sometimes it's not sure why. You can change the color. Easy days, that stuff is easy. And the last thing you'll be focusing on is uploads. This is where you get to upload your own personal things. Say you found a picture online, you can copy paste it, or maybe you have something in your PDF. So let's say I had a PDF and I really liked something that was mentioned in there. I can just get that PDF, right? I can just get that PDF and I can apply it. Or you can embed it in, so you can add it as a new page. There we go. So I can get that PDF and see how it extracted that text already. Super cool. So it understands what's in your PDF. Everything is there for you. You can still edit it. But this is all info from my PDF that's in my Canva slide now. Maybe you wanted to do that with something we've given you as a template. Say, for example, if I wanted this water cycle one, I don't know how well this is going to work. How did I do it before? I really should know this. Embed. Yep. maybe you wanted to add it in as a mini embedded file, but that would be something you're going to be doing for your assessment anyway. All right then. So design, elements, text, uploads. You also have a tools section. It's a lot of the same things we've just been using, but in the tools section, you can also choose to add in a table. You can modify that table. While we're at it, I'll tell you now. Sometimes while you're adjusting things in Canva, say I wanted to move this table, but when I try to move it, this keeps moving. It's annoying me. What I can do is I can actually click that lock sign. Now it won't move this anymore. Right? Now it will know I just want to move the table. Okay, you can add in a table. You can add in your shapes, obviously, any lines, which is part of shapes, sticky notes, any text. But it's the same thing essentially. So if you know how to use the basic parts of Canva, mainly the elements, if you know how to add in your pictures, how to add in your animations, your graphics, that's perfect. That will help you to design your parts of your presentation. And then from then on, we can talk about how to actually make a video using all that. All right, make sure you watch the next video.